I think one of the exciting things is about tonight is the passion that's in the room. We actually use this room in our business plan competition every year. We construct a funnel, and at the top of the funnel we put about 500 students in, and we run them through a gauntlet of challenges. We pop out the back end with 100 students that represent anywhere from 16 to 20 teams. They compete for over $70,000 in awards. And so this is our room. This is what we use for the business plan competition. So we talk a lot about passion because we think the basis of entrepreneurship is passion. Because if you're not passionate about your idea, how can you expect anybody else to be passionate about it? So the other thing is that entrepreneurship is so hard to do. It requires so much energy, so much thinking that if you don't have passion for your idea, then it's going to be hard to propel that idea forth. So what I want to talk about is basically who we are, what we do, how we do it, and kind of the bottom line of my presentation is to invite you to be involved with our program. As I'll point out in a couple of slides, we have over 100 C-level individuals involved in our program. We're very happy to have them because really, I think as all the speakers mentioned, we provide sort of a framework and a template for how to learn about entrepreneurship and practice entrepreneurship. But actually the key ideas that propel an idea from idea to market is actually, that information is in your brains. And so we here at UCI, we do very, very well in primary research and development. But all those customer-driven ideas and problems dealing with the issues of a channel and pricing and management and who are your competitors and how do you deal with competitors and how do you develop engineering prototypes and production prototypes and all that stuff, that information is in your brains. Typically it's not in our brains. And so our students need to have access to you folks. So basically the bottom line of my pitch is I go through the programs and what we do. I invite you that if you want to be involved with us and you want to be involved with our brilliant students, then please see me. I have some contact information because we'd love to have you involved helping our faculty and our students. So it turns out that entrepreneurs do three things. They birth the new, they make jobs, and they create wealth. And there's all kinds of different businesses that do that, everything from what David talked about. There's any number of retail items, kind of smaller boutiques dealing with business services, et cetera, et cetera. And then there's kind of investment grade, high potential, high growth ideas that are born out of typically the IP of places like research universities. And so as a research university, as Dr. Gilman mentioned, we have really a special obligation here at the University of California to put together programs to teach our students how high potential, high growth industries and ideas come out of our research products. So every high potential, high growth idea actually has to go through a couple, let's see, there's a laser pointer, good. So needs to go through 7 milestones. And there's probably other milestones as well, but it generally includes these. So if you look at this graph, we've got cash flow here. We've got time in years. And then we have a typical arc of how cash flow operates through various phases. So we start at the RD, then we move into a startup, early growth, explosive growth, and managed growth. So what we do at the Beall Center is we make it our business to make sure every student in our program understands this graph, that there are these 7 milestones. You need to start with establishing barriers to entry. Then you have to start thinking about some sort of functional prototype proof of concept. And then you need to put it together a team. And it's amazing. Don Beall was here last Thursday, I believe, talking to the students about his experience creating businesses and running businesses. And one of the students said, well, what's the single most important thing when you start a business? And Don said, team. You need to put together a team. So how you do that? Actually, putting together a team, as you know, is probably one of the most difficult things to do. So we have a lot of activities and training as to how you go about and recruit team members. Then launching a product, obviously. Validating, so just because you launch a product doesn't mean that it'll be accepted into the marketplace. And so validating the commercial viability is a milestone, and then establishing scalability, because I think as Mike said, if you're not scalable, you don't have a business. So if you're not scalable, what you have is a hobby. When it's scalable, you have a business. And then a liquidity event, which is necessary to reward all the folks that have helped you along the way. So really what we do is help our students not only understand this construct, but also how to execute on it. Each one of these things is fabulously difficult to do, as everyone knows, but it's not impossible. So what we want to do is make sure that our students learn from previous entrepreneurial generations about how to do each and every one of these things and provide that structure. So as I mentioned before, our mission is really to provide education, inspiration, and opportunity for our students. Our goal, our vision, is really to become one of the centers, the nexus on campus for entrepreneurship. So our strategic positioning is, actually we have a tremendous unfair advantage. And David actually provided a presentation for us on unfair advantages because we encourage our students to have unfair advantages when they go head-to-head with competition. Our advantage is that we are associated with a top-ranked school in the University of California, Irvine, and so we have about 1,000 off-the-charts, smart, passionate students that we work with who are the core of these ventures that we create through the Beall Center. We also have the advantage of a world-class research university and the IP that comes out of a research program representing over $300 million of research. And then we have you guys, which one of the things I like to do is collect statistics concerning Orange County. Orange County, if it was a country, would be the 50th largest economy in the world. We rank 4th in household wealth out of the 3,000-something counties in the United States. To be 4th in that area is fantastic. Guess what? 1 out of 100 Americans lives where? Here in Orange County. It's fantastic to think that our little county, which 50 years ago was, as the provost mentioned, just rolling hills, and we used to be known as UC Bovine, is now 1 out of 100 Americans lives here. There's 3 million of us here in the county. So we really have a beautiful opportunity to leverage a highly diversified economy. We have arguably about 12 various segments to our economy here in Orange County. Everything from business services to entertainment, hospitality, et cetera, that we can leverage. So here in the middle is our strategic position, and we get to have the privilege of combining all of these elements together to help our students create sustainable competitive advantage. And so the way we do that, we go to market with these 12 programs. And Mike, how's my timing? Am I okay? So I would like to walk you through some of these and invite you to be involved with these if some of them resonate with you. Our flagship program is the business plan competition. I mentioned that. We start typically with about 500 students at the beginning of the year, and then we vet the teams through various phases, and then we end up typically with about 20 teams that represent maybe 80 students or something like that. And it's a wonderful program. We have a lot of fun. The mentors, every semifinalist has a mentor, and that is a fun thing to do. We have judges that participate in the business plan competition. And those are all senior C-level people that help out on that. We also have a volunteer MBA consulting program. So we have students who are interested in the new venture process, and they, through their classes, have the wherewithal to really be key contributors to any number of companies with respect to basically three things, three engagements that we take on. One are marketing studies, because I think kind of the basis of competitive advantage is segmentation, understanding the market and the segment of the market you're going after. And a lot of that is just simply plowing through primary and secondary sources of information to figure out what the nature is of the segment you're going after. And our students are really, really good at that. The other thing we do are financial projections. And so if you've spent any time doing financial projections of the variables are infinite, but you really have to know what the assumptions are, and our students are good at identifying that. So we have a really robust program with that. A new program is K-5 at Beall. We were really blessed to have K-5 throw in with us to help us with some really focused coursework and workshops on startup methodologies and perceptions. And so we provide those. We have our Students and Startups seminar series, which is a brown bag workshop series that we do during lunch. And this year, David Ochi and his partner Brian Dow did a great service to us in providing 7 different workshops and different aspects of entrepreneurship. The public is welcome to attend those, so those are things that we encourage people from off campus to participate with. We have a 24/7 utility that anyone interested in entrepreneurship or starting a business can access this knowledge base. It's organized in terms of think it, plan it, fund it, do it. And so as you move through that phase of creating value through an entrepreneurial idea, we have resources that you can take advantage of. One thing we're particularly proud of is a program called UC Ideas. And so this was an initiative that the Beall Center undertook in 2010 approximately. The idea was to pilot methodology associated with commercialization of university IP. And so we did that, and we're still moving ahead with the definition of that. There's a recently announced $12 million grant across the 5 medical school-related campuses to fund and technologies coming out of our medical schools and for commercialization. And so we're taking the methodologies, approaches, and structures that we created for UC Ideas and applying that to the UCCAI program. And so we've adopted a number of teams here out of the UCI Medical School who want to move ahead with their commercialization plans. So you can kind of see how all this stuff resonates together. So this group is using the volunteers. We've got methodologies that were derived from other things that we're talking about at Students and Startups. We're applying that to teams. Is Gina Heitkamp here? Gina, are you here? So in the lobby, we have one of our teams that won the business plan competition here. And so I invite you to visit them out in the hallway. So with UC Ideas, this is the curve that we go through. Basically, there's a knowledge creation piece, a new venture creation piece, and a sustainable growth piece. We turned out to be world-class in this area particularly. And I think with the new Institute for Innovation, we'll be even better at this piece. And hopefully, we will be sending a lot of people to go see Matt. And let's see, some of the things, again, that we do here are provide support, team formation, market research, target market identification, business plans, founding team. So if these are things that you are interested in as an entrepreneur, then we're happy to do that. So that's the Beall Center in a nutshell, and I invite you to participate if you're interested in our programs, and thank you very much.